Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Speed Gaming 3 on the Speed Gaming family of channels. We're bringing you another Link to the Past randomizer tonight. Tonight's race is going to be open mode, 7 Crystal, Fast Ganon. I'm Claymore729, and I'm being joined by my co-commentator tonight, 5D100.
Hello, hello, hello! It looks to me like we have a Psyduck and a Bunny going at it today. But, that being said, it's been a long week and I'm ready to unwind a little bit while watching these runners, do their thing. What about you, Claymore? What do you think?
Oh, I'm super excited. It's been a long time since I've watched a Link to the Past race, and I can't wait to watch these two runners go at it. I know the OK guy, and he's going to put up a hell of a show.
I'm sure they are. Also, greetings from Germany in chat. Oh, wow. Welcome to the stream. I'm sure you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to greet Beer Vampire in German. I'm just gonna embarrass myself. Behind the scenes today, we have Maid Walkherd as our tracker. He's gonna be the guy making those buttons light up so you can keep track of what's going on. He's gonna keep us honest too.
Claymore?
I'm sorry, say again?
That's Mad Ewok Herd.
Ah, pronunciation's important.
Yeah, I made that mistake several times myself, so don't worry. Well, it looks like we have 16 entrants in this randomizer today. I'm definitely excited for that. So, that being said, I'm definitely wondering how we are going to go. Now, what are you hoping to see in this seed, Claymore?
I'm hoping to see a required Aga Tower dive. You know it's going to happen with 7-7 Fast Ganon. Technically, the seed doesn't require them to go into Aga Tower at all, but you know the seed is going to do what the seed's going to do, and I'm hoping it makes them go up for silvers or tempered or something. Something ridiculous.
Well, I mean, with spin strats, they don't really need silvers, but, I mean, if they put hammer on ledge, I mean...
I don't even know where to begin with that one. I know that Kenny is comfortable with spin strats, but it could be to his benefit to get silvers just for the time advantage if he's feeling a little bit of pinch later on.
That is fair. I myself am looking forward to some divergence between the two runners.
Oh yes, it's always fun to have runners go to all four corners of Hyrule. We got Zero Bag in chat calling for mandatory ped pull already, and that is not what our runners want to see, but I think it's what we might want to see.
I'm sure OK guy on the left could have several words about that. Same with Calvin on the right, but
Probably.
Either way, I'm definitely excited to see what we have in store for these runners today.
Certainly, and we might see some divergence from the very beginning. Open mode means that Link is not required to rescue the princess from the bottom of Hyrule Castle, so our runners can start immediately from either their house or the sanctuary.
Now, with someone like me who's done his fair amount of SMZ3, I'm definitely excited and a little bit used to seeing an open mode, but for those of you who are more in line with typical races, generally you do have to save the princess in order to go ahead and go wherever you want, but this, well, you're gonna have a fun time seeing the runner's route. I'm expecting some people to go check Uncle, as well as Link's house, and then immediately warp to Sanctuary and go there into the woods down into Kakariko. Because that's typically a good routing choice, gets lots of checks, and various things like that, so...
Oh yeah, you can pick up 4 or 5, a half dozen checks making the loop from Lost Post down to Kakariko, and that could give you a serious advantage if the other runner goes the other way and doesn't end up coming up with anything.
Of course, if you find bombs in one place, and then you don't have to buy bombs or forage for them by opening up certain bushes and or anything like that. Also, welcome to Speed Gaming 2 with the Party of 35. We are just about to get ready and watch a Link to the Past randomizer, open seed. Hoping to see that fast Ganon sometime soon. Or maybe not so soon. Depends on how you want to play with it, you know?
All depends on what your philosophy is and how kind you're feeling to our runners tonight.
Oh, and we're off. Oh.
Right away, the
Three-
divergence.
300 rupees in Link's house, and then we've got just a bean burrito. Oh, green pendant Tower of Hera, other two crystals. Well, this is gonna be interesting.
That's the red crystal in Eastern Palace, and I didn't see whether it was blue or red in Desert Palace, but that's not the worst layout, but it's certainly not great. Ooh, Calvin picking up bombs already.
That is a fantastic triple.
8-bomb triple? Wow.
Though getting two from the bushes is not not bad at all.
Oh no, that's almost all the bombs the OK guy needs.
You need one more in order to be able to get all of your checks. Okay, looks like a good crystal in Eastern, and then just a normal crystal in Desert, so.
Yep. Heart container in the
And just a
library.
full heart
I don't
on top of
expect
the-
he'll go back for that.
I don't think so. Typically, our runners are pretty good with 3, 4, 5 hearts even. So probably not.
Now we are getting a little bit of a collapse here. The OK guy and Calvin are circling around Kakariko, and they're probably going to pass each other just outside Lost Woods as they loop back to do the checks the other one hasn't yet.
It looks like OK Guy was trying to clip the chicken into the wall. Gets the worst boomerang though. Oh.
Oh,
300
well, money for nothing.
Yep, 300 rupees from the bottle vendor. That's a 200 rupee bonus, so yeah, it's always nice to see. Ooh, that's glove.
Ooh, the gloves. That is a good pick, although it might not be a great pick because that's one half of Dark World access, and that's not super great.
I mean, it opens up a lot, so it's definitely something you want to see early on. So that way you can know, hey, I can go here, I can go here, and you don't have to worry about, you know, searching those out of the way places like Agina's cave.
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely. Again, it's not necessarily a check you want to make if you can avoid it.
Ooh, bottle blue goo.
Bottle blue. That gives us the check at Bugnet Kid.
And it's still within a good routing within Calvin. If you noticed, OK Guy had to go ahead and route in buying bombs. Meanwhile, Calvin got lucky and was able to pull it from the tree. So keep in mind that both runners, they made the decisions to go opposite ways. Both are very common routes you'd see in a normal Link to the Past randomizer. So it's very interesting to see, you know, which runners took what and how it's going to impact. However, considering that Calvin has slightly more checks and OK Guy still has to do Uncle and check Link's house, I mean, that's extra knowledge that he doesn't have, or that he doesn't have, so.
It might end up being interesting to see if the OK guy just decides to not make those checks. If he is confident in... Oh, okay.
Oh
No! That's a good pull there.
Yep, we are one thing away from being able to get into Dark World. We need either hammer or another mitt. So, seeing this, I'm just wondering, are we gonna see when are we gonna see our runners go and make that south short check? And I'm pretty sure OK Guy is not happy to see that bomb tree pull.
No. He knows he missed out on bombs earlier now. As far as when we're going to see the south shore check, I imagine Calvin's going to be the first runner to go down there, simply because he's going to be the first to finish his checks in the area.
That is fair. Also, we get knowledge. And it looks like just a piece of heart. Looks like agate may not be required. Where's OK Guy going?
If I had to guess, he's gonna circle around. I don't know why he decided to go to Sanctuary instead of his house.
Back of Escape. He's gonna go to Back of Escape and check what's there.
Yes, with the bombs, he's gonna get an additional 3 checks out the back.
And it's a good thing to do now, because typically you just save and quit out of this, and then you can go wherever you want. Oh,
the mirror's not a bad pull.
No, and it honestly could make the difference, and push OK Guy back into the lead.
It'll give him a little bit of speed, dipping in and out of dungeons if he asks you, and he's actually going to be able to pick up a little bit more speed here at the dam. He's going to be able to do a little bit of a glitch with the mirror and vanish that block sitting in front of that chest.
Nope, that's the glove.
Oh,
that's our second glove. That is Dark World access. Aga is dead. It's interesting to see the different color palettes on our left and right side.
The ALTTP Randomizer lets you customize an awful lot about the game. You're seeing the OK Guy and Calvin are both using 2 different sprites for Link, and the OK Guy is actually using a variant color palette as well. This game lets you change almost anything about your experience. Oh, we got Hookshot and Mini Mortem Cave. That could be important.
Boing, boing, boing. That, if I remember right, with our gloves, we don't have lamps, so technically it's out of logic, but our runners could immediately take that, go up to Death Mountain, and check east side.
They could. Given that it's an out of logic check, it would be... I'm not certain how powerful a play that would end up being, because it could send them on a wild goose chase, but an out of logic check could be powerful if you remember you did it.
I mean, with mitts too, they can check Dark Death Mountain too. So I mean, could be very powerful considering the massive amount of checks they have there. Question is though, where is our next exploration gonna be? Also, is OK Guy gonna be going and doing a fake flipper and check King Zora?
He doesn't have the boots, he can't set it up.
Yeah, he can. It's not hard. Right below, or right in the transition to the rest of Lake Hylia, you can jump in right at the edge and then shift over.
Having the boots just lets you buffer another one.
This is interesting. It looks like Calvin is going to be our first runner into Dark World.
Yeah, he's just slipping right into Dark Kakariko, Village of Thieves. Village of Outcasts, rather.
Right.
Oh, Bad Crystal, Ice Palace, Swamp Palace, Good Crystal in Misery Mire, bad crystals in Lost Woods and Turtle Rock.
Essentially, pendants in Thieves and Mullet Mansion, and then we've got a good crystal in Misery Mire.
Which is really not where you want to find a good crystal, because that means you're going to have to find one of the 3 medallions somewhere.
Not only that, but it also... Ooh, that is flute. That is going to speed things up massively. Also, it puts West Death Mountain in logic. All rise for the Swag Duck National Anthem. You may be seated.
Uninformed Pleb raises a good point. Neither runners have checked Height Cave yet, and that is 4 checks.
Yes,
that our runners could get.
Considering how it has fallen from its former glory, it is, I think, formerly known, or the cave formerly known as Hype.
Yeah, it's kind of a cave nowadays. The OK guy doing a waterfall clip that you can only do with the Moon Pearl. You essentially just bounce back onto the land.
That's our bow.
Okay, that puts Eastern Palace potentially on the table.
It does, but that means bow is flippers locked, potentially.
Yes, because ordinarily, going here is out of logic. You're not supposed to be able to get in that cave. So bow is logically locked behind the flippers, which means you need to find the flippers before the game expects you to be able to tackle Eastern Palace. This is going to be interesting later on.
It's important to note because it means if you find something Eastern, you know that anything that hides is not, or is hidden behind bow, or is hidden behind flippers. So if they find Fire Rod, that means Skull Woods is behind flipper, or you can't find flippers in Skull Woods. You can't find it in Turtle Rock.
Though logic in A Link to the Past Randomizers can very quickly start to resemble spaghetti.
Also, Scamfish not actually scamming today, and giving you a Master Sword, so...
Yes, Uninformed Pleb was right. Master Sword did drop off Zora. This is a good pull for the OK guy. Remains to be seen when Calvin will remember that he can do it. It's slightly out of logic, so he might not. Lamp puts a couple things into logic, but nothing super important at the moment.
Well, it puts all of our dark rooms in logic, and if we find flippers, it makes it so that way we can fully beat Eastern Palace. So that is something to keep in mind. My question is, where will we find our third sword, or if we'll find our third sword? Because if we do find another sword, that means we have Tempered, which is by far the strongest upgrade for any sword in the game. And by what I mean, what I mean by that is it does significantly more damage, or a significantly bigger increase of damage compared to Fighter to Master or Tempered to Gold.
Well, I mean, Tempered to Gold is a strict linear doubling, as with all the sword increases, but there's not much reason to go for Gold because the only thing it really impacts is the Ganon fight. So, if you get Tempered, you don't necessarily need to go look for another sword upgrade. And we just saw Calvin pull Magic Powder out, which is going to be interesting.
Yep, that could mean we need to get Magic Bat. It could mean a couple different things, actually. Oh, and the Blue Mail. So now we have a Blue Duck. Also, yes, the shovel, as chat points out.
The shovel.
So that's one well, whatchamacallit, fetch quest that we have
Yep, that opens
keep in
a
mind.
check in the Grove south of south of Link's house. I'm never sure what to call it.
The Grove.
Oh, he just got locked. Those gargoyles can be a bit of a pain. If you hit them the wrong way, they will land right in your path, and it's always great when that happens.
Yep, gotta love dead rocks, you know. Unfortunately, Calvin having to make the long way around this spiral tunnel. Though it looks like OK Guy is actually just gonna charge his way through Eastern. It's not. It is out of logic, or as far as he knows. As we know, it's not, but he thinks it is. But this isn't too hard of a dark room to do. It just takes a little bit of practice, and you're fine.
Well, technically, clearing Eastern Palace is out of logic because this isn't a boss randomizer, so the game expects you. I believe the game expects you to have arrows to defeat Armless Knights.
It is still out of logic because you do need arrows, and he picked up flippers, which you need, or he picked up arrows, which you need flippers, if I'm mistaken.
Yes.
If you have a fire rod, you can, as soon as you step out, you can immediately shoot it to your right, and it will actually light a torch. So.
Oh, here the what? Oh,
That's flippers.
huh.
Eastern's in logic.
Okay. Yeah, because the ocarina gets you up here to get to it. Okay, this logic is... Yeah. Okay, Bombos is required for Turtle Rock, which we will need to see.
Yes, we will. That's some interesting, or that's an interesting idea. Also, we have hook shots, so we won't see any hovers from our runners. Fortunately,
which is unfortunate.
Or unfortunate, depending on how you see it.
Yep. Good shot. Oh, is he gonna be able to... Did he get set up? Oh, it looks like he's... yes, it looks like he's got it.
Mm-hmm. That is a quick kill, if I've ever seen one. So.
Yeah, if you set yourself up right in that position, you can drop 2 arrows into the first Armos, and then just machine gun the things to death, and the last one never enters its rage phase. I did not see what he pulled off of Armos. Ah, okay. Calvin closing the loop at South Shore. He's not going to be super enthused with what he finds here. But that means he is going to immediately close the loop back up to Zora, and he's going to be very happy when he finds that bow. And that Master Sword.
Oh, definitely. And it looks like OK Guy is actually going to go ahead and rescue the grandpa. So, it's going to be interesting. Also, Calvin not having to walk all the way back over and is able to swim his way down. So,
yep.
Benefits of having flippers, I guess.
Ooh. Oh, that hit. If Calvin had to do fake flippers, that hit would have been disastrous, because if you are in a fake flipper state and you get hit by a Zora Fireball, you will actually soft lock your game, because the game will have no idea what to do with you.
Actually, they changed it so that way if that happens, you immediately die. So you'll have to do everything again. Yeah. VTorp and the other developers knew that was a possibility, so they went ahead and made it so that way you ended up dying when that happened. So,
A good mercy option there.
indeed it is. There's the bow, so Eastern is in logic for Calvin now.
Yep, that's actually probably where he's gonna go, because he knows he can do Eastern right now, because he's got the bow and he's got the lamp. After he gets a check from Zora, I imagine that's where his next move is gonna be.
Either there or, I mean, technically we do have access to Hera, but considering that they have all of Dark World, I don't see them doing that unless they really want what's behind Green Pendant.
Well, I mean, Kenny's going for it. I mean, with that green pendant, that is one extra item off of Sahasrara, so it offers a little bit more economy.
It does, but at the same time, he may be just going in for a couple checks and then just leaving.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I think we might be seeing a pot clip. Oh, never mind.
Well, Kenny was able to skip the basement, which is a moderate time saving, not as significant as it would be if we didn't have the mirror, but skipping any room in a dungeon is always preferable.
Most definitely. Though with this hook shot, he doesn't need to worry about bonking or anything like that, so...
Bonking or bomb jumping or falling down from above. It only netted him a bottle, though, which isn't to be sneezed at. Bottles can be a valuable resource.
Oh, definitely. With that extra goo that you can get, I mean... You know, this extra health, extra magic, whichever you desire, so, I mean...
Or both.
Or both. That being said, I just wonder if we're going to see him fall to Mr. Trolldorm.
Ooh. Oh, it's possible. I have seen... Oh, I almost thought he was going to hit him. I have seen Moldorm bounce somebody back onto the outer railing 4 times in a row. It was hilarious for us. I imagine it was less funny for the runner who had it happen.
There's an item in the basement.
Yeah, that's...
It's not bad that that routing isn't bad, because he has the key, he knows there's something there, he can immediately go in, mirror out, call it a day, and just leave Terror behind him.
So, it's a lot better than not having a mirror at this point.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if you're done with up or being on the mountain, you're fine. You can just quit out and you're good to go. But, like, at the same time, I mean, I'd rather, if you still have stuff to do on the mountain, to just, you know, stay on the mountain, so. That being said, it looks like Calvin is making his way through
Eastern Palace.
Eastern.
Light the torches. Yeah,
Just a bunch of blueberries.
just blueberries.
Full of antioxidants, but not quite what you want to see.
Not what our runners need at this point.
I'm sure they are sitting just fine with the 8 that they have. But
Yeah.
I mean,
It was good to get out of the way because if you leave a check behind, if you walk away from a check, it will haunt you for the rest of the race
until you complete it, and so
until you complete it.
looks like OK Guy didn't hit their quick switch button enough times, missing it by 1.
Missed it by 1. So tried to hook shot the wall instead of bombing it. That's not gonna work. Overall, these runners are actually fairly neck and neck. They're in different places, but they're mainly just crossing over each other's paths, doing checks that the other one has done. The OK guy is a dungeon ahead. He has completed Tower of Hera, but it ended up being kind of worthless, so there's no real advantage to be gained here. But
also, I think Calvin is technically ahead, mainly because of that flute. That flute puts him so far ahead.
Oh yes,
of OK
undoubtedly. The flute gives Calvin unparalleled mobility.
Plus, being able to go through this dark room without having to deal with lampless strats definitely speeds up his trek through this dungeon very, very quickly. Very much.
To an extent, if you practice dark rooms, you can get through them just as fast as if you had the lamp. And then your only barrier is remembering what's in logic and what's not.
Calvin having a little bit of trouble with that Igor.
He's not going for machine gun.
No, he's going for a different strat.
I have not seen the reverse machine gun before. Oh, that was remarkably effective.
That's impressive.
Shut my
that's
mouth.
the first time I've seen something like that, so.
And we're seeing Calvin go into Thieves Town. This is going to be the first time we have seen Thieves Town in this race.
It's not a necessary, or it's probably just going in for items and then just leaving afterwards, because unless PED is needed, which we need a book to check and see.
Yep, and we haven't seen hide or hair of that yet. But there are several checks that a player can do relatively rapidly within Thieves Town.
It's a fairly short dungeon, all things considered.
Uninformed Pleb raises the very good point that this seed is going to turn into an ice rod hunt, and God only knows. He's right. God only knows what's going to be required to get to it.
I mean, unless it's in our next chest, but what are the chances of that? Oh, it's
Nope,
cape.
magic
Okay.
cape.
I was hoping. Okay, so yeah, he was just going in for the first 4 checks just to grab the quick items and then.
Just to clear him out. Yep. Now he is leaving 1 or 2 checks undone back in the backside of Thieves Town, but it's relatively unlikely that they'll be important. Of course, now that I've said that, they will be important, but
It's still up in the air. I mean, it's still very easy for Calvin to go back for those. I'm sure that's why he did the first 4 checks, because it's so easy to just go into the back and do all the rest of it. For instance, if we do find out that, yes, book is needed, I mean, at that point, you know, we can get it done. Oh, speaking of book!
Speaking of book, okay, and he just picked up the magic cape and he used to get it.
That's interesting. So, it makes me wonder, are we gonna see OK Guy actually dip into Thieves Town for the book, or for the cape which leads to the book?
He doesn't know the cape is there, but if he does grab it, it might incentivize him to go check once it gets blocked in Skull Woods here. But yeah, we're gonna see Calvin check ped and make or break this race for us. Or no, he's going the other way.
It's probably gonna be him checking that, or he's probably gonna check it whenever he goes up to check Skullwoods.
That makes sense. Because
Yeah,
his mirror's gonna be right there.
It's all about how you route these things. Though, keep in mind that Froggy Smiths are available, so.
Temper Sword buried in Skullwoods.
Oh, and there's the laggy shield.
The tower shield. Now, between the two, the tower shield is probably inferior. As in, if you give me the choice between one or the other, I would take the tempered sword every time, attack over defense. Now Kenny knows the book is on the ledge, so he's gonna be that cape is gonna be in the back of his mind for the next however long it takes him.
Well, considering that he doesn't have flute yet, he doesn't know where he can go for that. Enough. Enough.
Yep.
Oh, just 10 arrows.
Oh, wow! Okay. The OK guy with gold sword. By no means necessary, but he is not gonna look twice at it.
I mean, gold sword, you can just tear through enemies, so it's always nice to have. I'm just surprised that we aren't seeing a Frogsmith World Tour.
Probably gonna see that later. Whenever somebody goes down to south of Village Outcasts.
Well, I mean, we just saw Calvin do it, so he has gloves. He has a mirror, so I'll see why. Oh, right. Because you can't do Smith, or you can't do digging aim with Smith, so makes sense. I'm surprised that he doesn't try mirroring and turning in that shovel. Or maybe he just didn't think about it. Though we do see a catfish check over on OK Guy with 10
his junk.
sticks.
10 sticks.
I wonder how long it's gonna take before someone checks Mullet Mansion. Oh, and now we're going to see whether the cave has earned its name today, or whether it is the cave formerly known as Hype.
Yes.
Oh,
fire rod in a bottle. I mean, that's not nothing.
That isn't nothing. That is true. I mean, I'd say it's definitely a 3 out of 10 of hype, though.
I'm gonna give it a little bit more because they do need the Fire Rod for both Skullwoods and Turtle Rock, so it was required.
That is fair. That's why I gave it a 3 out of 4, because, I mean...
Oh, out of 4. Okay, I thought you said 3 out of 10. I
Or
was like, what?
3 out of 10, my mistake. 3 out of 10. Because, all we got was Fire Rod, so... While it is definitely hype, it's, definitely not something you, or you're... It opens up just enough that it's... Yeah, anyways.
I'm counting the bottle, though. The bottle is just more longevity.
That's fair. That is fair. That being said, it looks like OK Guy actually picked up their flute, so that's always nice to see.
And nobody's circling around, as Pleb says, nobody's circling around and checking Pyramid. This could bite them.
I mean, they can always check it later. Calvin, though, looks like he's going to check the back of Skullwoods first and then go to the front. Definitely an interesting play. It makes sense because it's much faster to check the back and grab the 2 checks there and then go and deal with the front, so... I mean, doubly so when you have a free key from the back, so... When we come back out, I wonder if he's going to actually check ped.
If he's going to check ped at all, it will be at the backside of this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He will never be in a better position to do it.
Mm-hmm. I would be thinking, you know, I'm here, I can check this, might as well. Meanwhile, Calvin showing us that the bunny sprite for Psyduck is the generic monster or Pokemon sprite in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, we have a moth fight. Now we do have on Calvin's end some blue goo, so if he desires, he can go ahead and get some of that if he wants. So.
Yep, and pull his Fire Rod back out, which he may want to do. He's only got level 2 sword, meaning this fight is going to be a little bit slower than it could be. Definitely going to be slower than OK Guy's fight is going to be later on. And one thing you have to watch out for with Moth is the his arena has a weird effect where this if you bat him back into the spikes, he actually takes no damage from the attack.
Also, very beautiful fight on Calvin's end. So the reason why the spikes don't do damage is because they do actually gold sword levels of damage, and by that extension, gold sword does no damage to Moth. So what did the devs do? They actually made it so that way gold sword does temperate sword levels of damage to Moth. So a little bit of trivia for you guys.
It's actually something in the matter of a programming workaround, because you were not supposed to have a gold sword at this level, at this stage of the game. So the programs only had, you know, the 4 levels of damage to work with. So since they wanted Mothra to take no damage from the spikes in the arena, they just set it to the gold sword. Oh, Ped's dead. Pizza Heart.
Ped is dead and Aga is dead.
Yes, Gleb is correct. When 5D100 mentioned the devs fixing Mothra, that was the randomizer devs, not Nintendo, because Nintendo didn't think about the possibility of randomization back in the mid '90s when this game came out. Kind of missed a trick there.
Then again, with how Nintendo are doing things these days, actually, less said about that. That probably is better. Anyways. Though Calvin missing out on the opportunity to. Oh wait, he came in on the other side. Never mind. I was gonna say he could mirror out, but then I realized, oh wait, he came in on the other side, so it wouldn't be faster. So, never mind.
So at the moment, Calvin is ahead on dungeons, but the OK guy is slightly ahead on checks, and just a tiny bit ahead on equipment. Overall, they're fairly even. It's going to come down to execution later on. Oh, okay. Smiths have the bombos medallion you needed for Turtle Rock.
Looks like they're coinsmiths. Meanwhile, OK guy realizing, oh wait, I don't have hammer.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to knock down a peg without a hammer. I mean, I suppose you could try it with the chest, but it didn't seem to work.
No, Gary's lunchbox is too small for that.
That curses us with a piece of heart. But in the OK guy's case, it completed a heart container, so it wasn't for nothing.
No? Now both of our runners have 13 hearts, so. Though, it does seem that Calvin is a little bit ahead on defense with that red mail.
I mean, if you don't get hit, it doesn't matter.
That is fair.
Calvin about to find his next level sword.
Meanwhile, Gary's lunchbox just having a little bit of love. And that is a fully equipped Link.
Yep.
As in, overworld Link that you'd see at the end of the game.
Totally armed and operational battle station.
Mm-hmm.
While our runners are just crossing over each other's paths, I would just like to take this time to say thank you for joining us here on the Speed Gaming Network. We do Link to the Past Randomizer runs every day, sometimes multiple times a day, and you can follow all of our runners at their respective Twitch channels, which I will drop in chat right now. Go ahead and give them follows. They're putting on an amazing show. They're doing this all for you guys.
It looks like OK guy actually remembered to mirror over and check that shovel. Let's see if just 10 bombs.
Whoops. Well, oh well, gets a check off his map.
Yep. Calvin's not gonna regret that. Unless he goes back, then he would regret it, but still.
So where are our runners gonna go now? The OK guy could dip into Swamp Palace. He's got the tools for it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Though it looks like OK guy's actually gonna go ahead and check oh, he didn't check Hype Cave yet. This is gonna be interesting.
So is he going to take the fire rod and go to Skull Woods, or is he going to go with the proximity and dip Swamp Palace? Neither would be a bad move.
Though it's interesting seeing him leave Fire Rod for last, so. In any case, I wouldn't be surprised if Calvin... Oh, actually. It looks like Calvin's gonna check his desert checks, so this tablet up here, as well as presumably Agena, and then desert. So, that's definitely an interesting play. Oh, never mind.
And Kenny's gonna go do it too. Now, is Kenny gonna do the desert checks afterward?
Oh, okay. So it looks like Calvin is actually going to go ahead and just mirror
Over, check Misermeyer pendant, dip the shed, go to checkerboard, then swing back and do Agena in the desert loop. This is actually a very efficient routing from both runners.
Is needed for both both of them, so we do not need any more coins.
Nice. You'll love to see it.
Just bombs on Desert Ledge. You don't want to see that.
He's not going to checkerboard cave. Interesting. I guess he's gonna clear desert and then do it.
Yeah, it's an easy check to do afterwards. You know, you dip in, see what's there. You don't like what you see, just leave.
Yep. And bombs, boots locked. We don't care.
This means that we can fully complete desert.
Yes, it does. No need to steal a key from anywhere. We can just grab the chests, dip to the back, and, bully Land Mollis.
Yeah, with that gold sword, they don't need fire rod or any of the other items. They can just slash them a few times and be done with it. Though I do wonder, are we gonna see, okay guy turn in that Terra pendant? And if so, what does he have?
That's a good question. The only time that it would make sense to do it is the only time that it would actually make sense from an economy standpoint is if you had to do Desert Palace or Palace of Darkness, and we don't have to do that in this seed. So I'm gonna guess that he's not.
Just gonna orphan the check.
It would be a considered move. I'm not sure if it would be strictly tactical, but that has to be what's going through his mind. The OK guy knows that there's no way back to Sahasrahla that makes any sort of economic sense because there's nothing else over there.
I mean, unless they want to go ahead and check a couple of checks in Pod. Or Mullet Mansion, as I like to call it, because, let's face it, it's all business up front and party in the back.
Sure. Yeah, but you have what, a handful of checks that you can get to easily in Palace of Darkness? That's a significant time investment for kind of uncertain return. It would be interesting to see if either of our runners decide to do that. The OK guy deciding to forego his fourth bottle. I guess once you have 3 bottles, you don't really need the fourth. Oh, Calvin's setting up a nice double hit. One Mollis bounce to the other. Saves precious seconds off its clear.
That was a beautiful Landmo fight from Calvin, so definitely give it up for him for that one.
Now, there's a lot to talk to Calvin about in terms of boss strat. That reverse machine gun almost knight, and then a almost flawless landmo. Pleb is calling French vanilla hammer. In randomizer parlance, French vanilla means that the item is in its original dungeon, but not in its original location. So instead of the chest beside the maze, it might be in the first handful of chests. And it's possible that the hammer's there, and the hammer is required. But it remains to be seen when our runners might decide to dip Palace of Darkness, because, like I said, that is a significant time investment.
I mean, considering that they can do Swamp first and grab all the items there, they can go, oh wait, unless it's something, unless they do need Hammer. Oh, they do need Hammer, that's right. To finish Swamp, they need Hammer, so... Oh! Okay, I didn't do, okay, guy realizing, oh wait, I forgot to do Checkerboard Cave, and, oh, also, Agina.
Whoops. It's fine, you miss these things sometimes.
Yeah, Swamp and Ice both require Hammer, so...
So yeah, the seed is going to devolve to an ice rod hunt and a hammer hunt.
Also, high five for our runners.
Yep. Perfectly in balance.
Oh. Even deciding to go to the same place. Looks like okay guy's actually gonna go ahead and do his swamp. Or Skullwoods, my bad. I see SW and I think swamp, but I should know it's Skullwoods by now. And it looks like Calvin's actually gonna go ahead and do the rest of Thieves, or at least check the rest of the items of it. Or not. Never mind. I don't know where he's going.
And get lag explosion by the thief.
Swampwoods. Exactly.
Now, keep an eye on the OK Guy's screen. Bear in mind that, remember that Calvin had the Master Sword when he fought Mothra or Mothula, and the OK Guy has Golden Sword, meaning the OK Guy's fight is going to go significantly faster, allowing him to gain precious seconds.
I mean, right now, our runners are even on crystals, but considering that Calvin has yet to do Tower of Hera, he can't make the check on Sriracha's pendant, and so that's definitely going to be an orphan location for the time being.
Yeah, which is weird because Calvin is making the dip into Palace of Darkness, meaning that had he done Tower of Hera, he'd be able to pick up a little bit of economy on the OK Guy. But with this, there is no way he's going back for Sahasrara. That item is being orphaned.
So it looks like OK Guy knowing now that, well, you don't need to get your pendants, so it's always nice.
So it's going to remain to be seen whether the OK guy decides to dip in the pod, as Calvin is doing. Calvin has that same knowledge base. So Calvin is just looking for items at this point. He knows that he's missing something, but he doesn't know where it could be.
And looking at things, I mean, both our runners have both are equal in sets of items. So I mean, at this point, it's anyone's race, and it's whoever gets
Whoever makes the right dip first to grab whatever item they need.
Mhm.
And we need the hammer, the ice rod, and the cane of Samaria in order to enter what we call go mode.
Let's see, hammer, ice rod, cane, yeah. After that, you're go mode.
And given Gold Sword, that probably is go mode. They probably, once they get those 3 items, I don't see them opening another chest in the game. But they don't absolutely have to.
I mean, they might. Oh, and looks like we have a pyramid check. So.
Oh, finally. So now we're going to get this little bit of knowledge here. I'm thinking boots. Oh, the cane of Samaria.
Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Yeah.
That is a good item to find. And it means that they can check the first parts of Turtle Rock if they so desire. That's a scary thought. Oh, and there's a French vanilla
hammer. Good call.
Oh, and it looks like okay, guys, actually gonna go ahead and check Uncle finally. This is interesting.
Yeah. So pod dip is required, and once Calvin got the hammer, he knew he was done there because it's a crystal. But Calvin does not know about the pyramid.
My guess is that he's gonna go there next, if he doesn't do Swamp first.
Yeah, Swamp is his play right now. He's right there. He's got that. He knows he needs to do it. He can full clear it. There's no reason not to.
Though, okay guy actually going and doing front of escape. That's interesting.
So we know that this is not going to give him anything. The okay guy might be thinking he might be trying to find the ice rod here, or trying to find maybe the hammer, even though it's not here.
That form of progression.
Ugh, the ice rod being in the front of escape would just be nasty.
Oh, it definitely would. I mean, it's not too difficult of a check, but at the same time, it's just a pain, so... But yeah, right now we're down to an ice rod hunt.
So right now we are in what we call no mode, which is where we, as commentators and commentators and viewers, know where all the items are, but the players individually do not.
We are not in no mode yet. We need to find ice rod first.
Oh, you're right. Ugh, I forgot that. Yes, Ped was checked. It is a piece of heart.
So Ped is dead.
And escape with a bust, pushing OK guy a little further behind.
I mean...
Or not technically behind, but...
It depends. Is there something on Sarhasrala? That is the question. Oh, it looks like OK guy is actually going to go ahead and check,
He's going to do the Meyer checks. Okay. Interesting.
Can you do Meyer without hammer?
You know, I don't know. I know you can do it without a hookshot if you have the boots, but they have the hookshots. That doesn't matter. Um,
Okay,
we're
so yeah,
being
Meyer does not require hammer, so
yeah. So
yeah,
this is a decent play.
it really is. And if I remember right, it's one of our shiny good crystals. So
Yes, that means it's the 5th or 6th crystal in the game. In the vanilla game, acquiring both 5 and 6 crystals allows you to purchase the big bomb from the guy who takes up residence in Link's house in the Dark World, giving you access to a further 2 checks on the pyramid. Hammer was in the first chest in Palace of Darkness, French vanilla.
yeah, and big key chestapod. Meanwhile, Red Cane was on pyramid. So in reality, this is still anyone's game.
Yeah, the two runners are effectively neck and neck. The OK guy is plus the red cane, but Calvin is plus the hammer. So they're going to be crisscrossing checks here in a little bit. The OK guy is technically 1 dungeon ahead and an unknown item check ahead. Could be nothing. Could be the ice rod for all we know.
Indeed, it could be.
That would be hilarious. If you're just joining us, we have the OK guy going up against Calvin 919 in an open 7/7 fast Ganon randomizer. That means that once they get all 7 crystals, they don't necessarily need to go up Aga Tower. They can just go straight to the Pyramid of Power and engage Ganon, should they so desire. Our runners are effectively neck and neck. The OK guy has 1 item that Calvin 919 doesn't, and vice versa. The OK guy is also ahead by 1 dungeon. That has an unknown item check that Calvin won't be going back for in all likelihood. But it's anyone's game. 1 item could be the difference between a solid lead and staying tied.
That being said, it has been an hour, so if you haven't already, definitely take a large swig of water. It's very important during long races like this to stay hydrated. And make sure that you aren't leaving yourself thirsty for too long during these long races.
Oh, yes. And as said in the chat, we are hunting desperately for the ice rod. That is the last item we need before we are in no mode and before our runners can get into go mode and rush to the end. And at this point, it could literally be anywhere. It could be on Argus. It could be on blanking on the boss of Vitreous. It could be on Argus. It could be on Vitreous. But my money is it being on Sahasrahla back in the Eastern Palace area, just because that's the kind of perverse result this seed needs.
I mean, I'd say normally on Laser Bridge, but considering that they have the gold shield, they're fine, and they don't need to worry about that.
Yeah. It could not be on Ped Digital. Ped is dead. It is a piece of heart. We know that.
And Aga is dead too. He had also had a piece of heart on his ledge. So.
Target's kind of hung out there for a while, huh? Oh, silver arrows! Calvin's not going to complain about that.
Of course, you'd like to see it before that, but seeing it now afterwards is still a very nice thing to see, because now, you know, okay, I don't have to do spin strats on Ganon. It's going to be a pretty decent time for the remainder of the seed. I mean, there's so many bosses that if you get those magical silver arrows, you can just immediately go and just take out. Also, nice seeing those cape spin strats over on OK Guy's side with that bundle of eyeballs.
With the gold sword taking out the little eyeballs.
Oh, it looks like Calvin's actually going to go ahead and do an Ice Palace dip. I'm sorry?
Calvin?
Oh, he's going and buying more bombs. Gotcha.
You know what? I'd forgotten that this existed.
Most people do. Thankfully, the rando devs were nice, and they decided, oh hey, let's just make it a shop where you can go in, buy extra bombs, and, you know, not have to worry about throwing in rupees 5 billion times. So.
Yep. And they took the expansions back out of the item pool. It used to be that they were in the chest pool, and you could just pull a chest and get +5 bombs. Yay.
Of course, if you ever play an SMZ3 seed, you'll know that those are still there, so. Keep in mind that this and SMZ3 and Super Metroid Randomizer are completely different animals. So, definitely treat them as such.
Yeah.
One may be a lion, one may be a tiger, one may be a bear, but they're all dangerous animals, so please, don't feed the wild animals. Where am I going with this?
I don't know, but I was willing to let you run with it.
In any case, there's plenty of, there's so many different, types of randomizers, and I am definitely glad to see everyone going and having a wonderful time as far as, playing these games.
Yes, the OK guy entering ice without hammer. This is going to be, difficult.
That's gonna cost him a lot of time.
Yeah, this is going to end up being a bad move.
Mm-hmm. Because there's only so many more checks you can make without, the hammer, so...
Yeah, he's gonna be forced into, he's gonna be forced back in a pod at some point. Probably after he dives Swamp Palace is gonna be his next move, because it's a crystal. So he's gonna put off pod until the last possible moment.
Doubly so, since he knows that pendants aren't required, so... That's gonna be the last place he's gonna look.
Oh, that's right.
But yes, Swamp does require hammer, yes, but that's
Whoa!
if you do
or what? Did you see
sorry?
that?
Yeah, Ice Palace bomb jump.
No, Kenny just phased through a wall using the Samaria block.
Oh, that's icebreaker glitch. It's something newly found.
That was amazing.
Oh, it's fantastic what these runners find. Though, it looks like OK Guy is very quickly running out of different checks that he can make. So...
Yep. He's gonna bounce right out of Ice Palace in a second here.
I mean, with Kane, you might be able to go and Just
I don't
maybe.
think you can bypass the hammer
Mm.
because you need to hit the peg to shove the block down the hole to fall down to meet cold
He
stare.
has Samaria. He can just use a Samaria block on it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
okay.
because you're right. You need the hammer to get
To the
get the
boss
peg to raise the
itself.
block down here.
That's right. Also, as Calvin is gloriously showing off that hammer, this might be something important. But it isn't. I mean, it's full heart refill for him, so that's important.
Not
For
nothing.
him, at least. Mm-hmm. Speaking of heart refills, okay, guy finally getting enough hearts or heart pieces to get a heart refill on his end too.
Yep. And he just realized he can go no further.
Makes me wonder where he's gonna go next. Oh, he's gonna finish up Thieves Town, I'm thinking.
Whoa, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, I thought could very well be in
Laser Bridge.
on Laser Bridge or in Mimic Cave.
But considering that they have lag shield, it's not as bad as if runners don't have it. Because they can
Yeah.
just walk across the Laser Bridge and be fine.
So this is gonna let Calvin pull further and further ahead. Because the OK guy is just gonna keep losing time until it goes back to pod for that hammer.
Oh, Ice Rod could be in Thieves Town. That is fair.
Oh, that would be kind of mean.
It would be, but at the same time, I mean, that could give OK Guy some form of advantage. To bring him back at least even with what Calvin had.
Yeah, it'll definitely give him time back because Thieves Town is not somewhere that Calvin is thinking of going right now.
No, definitely not. Considering like how much, or even though it's a very short dungeon, it's still a slog to get through, and you don't want to go through it. Honestly.
Yeah, just this hellway that the OK guy just traversed is a pain.
We have not seen all the items in Thieves Town yet, so it could very well be here, but we don't know.
Yeah, Calvin hit the first 4 checks and it bounced, and he got 2 quote-unquote good items out of it.
There's a third. It looks like Calvin accidentally wasn't able to get them trapped in the corner, unfortunately.
Yep.
Which is a shame, but with Gold Sword, I mean, it's not too much more of a
Yeah,
hassle.
you don't lose that much time.
And that is 300 rupees on the little puff spores. So, overall, not a bad boss.
No, that went about as smoothly as you could expect.
Only thing that would have made it gone smoother is if he did manage to get them caught in the loop. But that does mean that Calvin is ahead right now. So, oh no.
Hmm.
If there isn't an item on blind, that means we need a hammer to get the 4th item in Thieves Town. So,
Oh god, that's gonna haunt the OK guy forever. Oh wait, no,
I mean-
no. The It might be
Blind
locked. It might be a small key.
Blind can still drop a small key. We're hoping he doesn't, but he can.
We are praying for no small key.
Okay, Blind does not drop the small key apparently.
Blind can't have that. Right. Lockout protection.
But that's the other blue cane. So.
Yeah. Okay. I won't say it's a useless cane, but it's a useless cane.
It's good for fighting Blind. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I mean, that's why he was hanging on to it. So Calvin about to grab the Cane of Samoria and secure a lead.
Question is, where will he go next? That's what I'm wanting to know.
Where is the godforsaken Ice Rod?
If we see it in when OK Guy eventually turns in this pendant, I mean, that's gonna be something because we know he's going back to Eastern or the Eastern
I think we've
area.
already seen. I think we've already seen the OK Guy turn in the green pendant. I think it was a red rupee.
Did we? Okay. I guess it was turned in. That being said, it looks like we are gonna have him go over to Eastern finally. So this is gonna make this is gonna finally have him catch up. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like actually. Yeah, it looks like Calvin has one more crystal than OK Guy, because he has Ice Palace, Skull Woods, and Swamp Palace done, as well as Desert.
Yeah.
So
by dungeon count, the players are even, but in terms of progression and location knowledge, Calvin has a comfortable lead.
Definitely. Not only that, but pure dungeon count, Calvin is ahead by 1 crystal.
Okay, well the OK Guy's about to close the loop and grab the hammer, so I imagine he's gonna just dip out right after grabbing it because he knows he needs it. He's gonna dip out of here,
Possibly.
then go to Ice Palace.
Possibly. We might see him check the back, because we still don't know where Ice Rod is.
Might. I don't I don't think we will, based on what I know of Kenny, seeing Kenny race in the past, but it's entirely possible.
I mean, we're an hour and almost 18 minutes into this, and so anything is possible at this point, so. And considering that OK Guy just cleared out the main brunt of Mullet Mansion, and now he gets to go and have the party in the back, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's gonna be a relatively quick check. Now he's got the hammer and gold sword and red mail. Helmasaur King is not gonna be a problem.
I mean, he doesn't even need to go to Helmasaur King, because there's 1 check in Harmless Hallway. There's 1 check above that. There's 2 in the basement. There's 2 in the dark room. Then there's a big chest. I mean, that's 5 checks. That's easily accessible right now. Plus these 2, which we already know what they are. I mean, at this point, you'd be kind of foolish not to go in and do that. Because, let's face it, you have plenty of you have ample opportunity to go in and well, get those taken care of. Oh, this is an interesting bomb jump.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen him do that a couple times. It's an interesting jump.
Oh, it looks like we're gonna have another bomb jump. That was
Nice.
a beautiful jump. If Ice Rod is here, that could give OK Guy the major advantage that he needs to catch back up. If.
It's entirely possible. He has a couple more checks, and Helmut King if he wants to go for it.
If.
And
That
you
is the word.
you gotta think, you gotta wonder what's going through the OK Guy's mind right now, because he knows, at this point, he knows that he needs to go back to Ice Palace. He knows he needs the Ice Rod. And there are 3 locations where he could go to get it, and he doesn't know which one.
Oh, definitely. But, I mean, it's still not a bad play. He has 2 more checks in this he has another easily accessible check in this dungeon with Harmon's Hellway. But will he go and fight Helmosaur is the question. Because Helmosaur will have an item.
At this point, the OK Guy is starving for the Ice Rod. I don't think he has a choice but to go beat up the Helmut King.
Yeah, barring the fact that Helmosaur has something like Ice Rod, Calvin so far is in the lead.
Yep.
Because this is an unneeded dungeon. It's pendant. We already know that Pet is dead. So, I mean, at this point...
So, he's banking on Helmut King having something.
Mm-hmm.
And he might.
I mean, Mushroom could be on Helmosaur, and then and that could turn in for Ice Rod.
Yeah, or as Sky Shadow says, Mushroom to Boots to Bonk Rocks to Ice Rod, which would be equally nasty.
Yeah, either way, we need something to be on Helmosaur for this to be big. I mean, if it's Boots, and Boots happen to lead to if Boots happen to be under here and then Boots lead to Mushroom, which then gives you Ice Rod, that would be something.
That would be a decent play.
It all depends.
And it's trolly enough that I kind of want it.
That's the only way we're gonna see OK Guy win this race between these two. Also, it looks like Calvin is going to go ahead and do some cape strats on these eyeballs. That's why the cape is so much better than the cane in so many ways. But 2 slashes, Helmosaur is dead.
Let's see what we got.
What? Oh, just wavy coin. And 50 rupees.
50 bucks. Whoops.
Ooh, that's
gonna hurt. That hurts.
That does.
I mean, it's still possible for the OK Guy to come out ahead, depending on where we find the Ice Rod and what items are between us and it.
I mean, all we have left is
the Mushroom Chain.
Assuming Turtle Rock is the only dungeon we have that hasn't been done yet.
Yeah, Turtle Rock Ice Rod could still be in Turtle Rock, and that would seal it.
It has to be. I mean, there's no other place it could be, unless there's something in Turtle Rock that leads to another check.
Yeah.
Because we've seen Skullwoods, we've seen Swamp Palace, we've seen Ice Palace. The only place we haven't seen is Turtle Rock. We've seen Catfish.
Yep, Catfish had 10 arrows.
10 sticks. So at this point, I mean, it's Calvin's game to lose.
Yep, and it all came down to the hammer.
This is interesting. Okay, guys, checking hammer pegs. Well, let's have something.
Oh. Huh.
I completely forgot about this.
Oh, nope, there it
Oh.
is. There it is. Calvin got it.
Oh, now we are in go mode at 1 minute 24 seconds. Or 1 hour 24 minutes 20
1 minute,
seconds.
24 seconds.
Yes, 1 hour 1 minute
Yeah,
24
that's a really
seconds.
fast seed.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, now it's all in Calvin's court.
Yep. It's Calvin's game to lose. Though you don't like getting dead. Oh, didn't get dead rocked.
Good, good. Getting dead rocked would have sucked. But, yeah. This is it. All he needs to do is, clear Turtle Rock. And go.
It'd be fun if the devs actually randomized the order of those pegs.
Oh, that'd be mean.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there isn't anything else that Calvin needs. He has gold sword, he has red tunic, he has 15 hearts. I don't see why he would slow down at all. I would head straight to Trinex and, well, give him the what for. I mean, with gold sword even, 2 slashes and each head is dead.
Yep. It's a lot faster, and that's good because, Trinex is nasty if you let him fly around and unfreeze.
Gannis Tower big key is vanilla, as someone in chat points out. No, it would be even worse. It would be Ganon's Tower big key on Oh, Ganon's Tower big key on Torch. Oh, because then boots would be required.
God.
And so they would have to hunt for boots.
That would be nasty. No, and then Boots is in tile room. Just because.
Boots in tile room, and then have to go back for the Bob's torch. That is devious today. You have to be careful about those chain chomps. They do a lot of damage. But with that key being found, that means that Calvin just has to make it to Trinex and hope nothing goes wrong along the way.
Yeah. And God knows things can still go wrong, but yeah, the chain chomps I think are the single most damaging enemy in the game.
But the second, with the most damaging being Ganon Hugs.
Yes.
He smells like pork. No one likes that.
Oh, you have digital? That sounds horrifying. I hate it.
Oh, I think he forgot the key.
Oh, we drowned the key.
Thankfully, we do know a way to get back underneath to fish out that key. So it's not all bad. It's still terrible to do, but like, it's not something you want to do.
Yeah, the okay guy has to be. He's got to be bent out of shape about the hammer, though. So,
yeah, there is no Ganon Tower. There is no Ganon Tower climb. That's right, because this is fast Ganon. Thank you for chat for reminding. easiest room in the game to navigate as far as going through dark rooms is this one. You hold 2 directions and you're good to go. Is it 2 or I think it's 2. Meanwhile, Calvin going ahead and picking up that free magic refill, which is always nice to have.
Yep. Never turn that down.
Game? That enemy just fell through the floor.
Yeah, it just did what it wanted to. Don't question it. It's fine.
That being said, it looks like we are about to fight a giant 3-necked turtle.
That's why they call them Trinecks, you know.
I didn't know that for the longest time. Like, it's kind of embarrassing to know how long I didn't realize. Oh yeah, Trinecks. 3 necks. That makes sense.
Alright, and we got the okay guy heading into Argus. This is going to be a relatively quick finish.
3 smacks with the butter sword, and that is a dead turtle. It must be that he has high cholesterol.
Lord Rogan, fast Ganon means that climbing up Aghanim's tower and defeating Aghanim for the second time is not required. As soon as you have all 7 crystals, or as soon as you have however many crystals are required by the mode, you can just go straight to the pyramid and the hole is already open for you.
So now, all we have to do is run up and smack the pig.
Yep. Now, that's not to say that fast Ganon mode can't require going into Aghanim's tower, or into Ganon's tower, if an item had been required there. For instance, we were positing some rather convoluted logic that would require a full dip up Ganon's tower, but unfortunately our hopes are dashed and that will not be required this seed.
No, it would never be required because once you've beaten all 7 all 7, the only thing you'd need is a lamp, and lamp is almost always required.
Well, I mean, if it were a lower crystal mode, then you wouldn't need to clear all the dungeons if you were playing like a 4-7 or a 5-7 fast Ganon.
In which case, yeah, you can definitely go ahead and see. Though it looks like we are gonna see what's in the big fairy today.
0-7 fast Ganon. Nasty. Oh, hey, there are boots.
Oh, what are those?
What are those indeed? Where were you, an hour and a half ago?
Calvin making good use of that cape. If you grab onto a wall, thankfully it stops using magic. Of course, you can always just take it off, but still.
Calvin making good time against Ganon, clearing through phase 2. This is, at record time.
Oh, Silver, my one true weakness.
Oh, Calvin missed getting the torch glitch, so both torches are going to go out on him.
That might have been intentional because It's a lot easier to set up three hits with
Oh, if you had to relight both torches.
yeah, it's a lot easier to set things up with that. Of course, given that or how he's hitting Ganon, probably not.
And that is the final hit. All Calvin has to do now is not fall off the bridge. I've seen it happen before. It is very embarrassing. And he made it across the bridge.
So GG's in chat to Calvin, finishing with a race time of 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 56 seconds. GG's to him. Oh, and it looks like we have him in chat, so GG's to you, Calvin. How about that seed?
Hello, GG's. That seed was kind of wild.
Yeah, that hammer kind of eluded you guys.
I mean, like for me, like I didn't think there wasn't really an easy way to get the pod until like it's like that's your most dense location. You might as well like worth walking over there, swimming over there, and all that stuff. And yeah, that was a pretty bad location for the hammer to be, in my opinion.
Yeah, and once you orphan it by doing other checks in the area, and you're not really looking to go back.
Took a lot of risk in this seat as well. Like I was scared that something was going to be left in pod. I'm like, there's like dipping out as soon as I found that, and then dipping out as soon as I found the cape inside of Thieves Town. I'm like, there ain't nothing else in here. It's Pendant Dungeon. You know, that was the way I was looking at it.
Yeah.
But so.
Well, to give a bit of a recap, our first place finisher was Hitman 1382 with a race time of 1 hour 26 minutes 7 seconds. Coming in second place was Kaireu with a race time of 1 hour 29 minutes 35 seconds. Third place was Kaede Rukawa with a race time of 1 hour 31 minutes and 10 seconds. And the OK guy has just taken down Cold Stare, putting him into go mode. Or not quite, he's not in go mode yet. He still needs to grab the ice rod.
That being said, Calvin, anything you wish you did a little bit better on the seed or anything like that?
I feel like my execution could have been a little bit better. Especially with like the Ganon fight. I was kind of frustrated that I was gonna fall, and then freaking a couple people passed me and stuff. Like 134 for this seed being true trolley, in my opinion, is okay for me. So I believe my execution could be a lot better always.
Oh, definitely. But then again, you did great on doing like English. I'm sorry, it's Friday after a long week of work. My brain doesn't work as well as it usually does.
Right.
Just in general, just you pulling this off really well and doing all the skips and tricks that you've done. I mean, it's still very impressive. So.
You know, I'm surprised that I handled. You know, like usually, like I'm like my execution could always be a lot better. You know, I'm surprised I handled things, you know, as well as I did. Like Ice Palace bomb jump. You know, I had to do it twice because I fell off once. And then, like, I never get quick kill on freaking Armos Knights. Like, that was a big one for me as well. Like, I'm always trying to get better, and execution, I believe, is the best place to start.
It wasn't that you fell off. It was that you did it on purpose just to show off that you could do it twice as much as everyone else. You know?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
That's the good answer.
Oh, we're seeing the OK guy head back up Death Mountain. He is going to finally get his ice rod from the Ether Tablet, and then it's just a quick skip over to Turtle Rock.
So that being said, Calvin, how relieved were you to see Ice Rod before you went over to Turtle Rock?
I'm like, well, I ain't got to. When I pulled the ice rod, I was like, well, thank God I ain't got to dump or dive all those dungeons again.
Yep.
It just made all my plays to be, that much better. Like, as soon as I finished Misery Mire, I'm like, okay, ice rod hunt time. I was gonna dive Turtle Rock if it wasn't there. So, because that's usually the best place to put ice rod is, right next to where you need it.
Definitely. I mean, in this case, it kind of was.
Kinda. Yeah, like right next door.
I don't know why, but it's always Ether Tablet that has a rod that I need. It doesn't matter when, doesn't matter where. It always has a rod that I need, or that is needed whenever I'm watching one of these. So
The OK guy is now dipping into Turtle Rock, making his way downtown.
that being said, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being awful, 10 being great, how fun was this seat for you?
I'll say a 7.
7? That's fair.
7. Yeah.
That being said, is there any other thoughts or things you want to say about the seed, or
No, no, not really. I think I covered all of it. Thank you guys for commentating, trackers for tracking, chat for being here.
Thank you for racing for us.
No problem. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.
yeah, GG's to you. Have a
Yep.
great night. Get
Have a good
some
night.
sleep. Get plenty of rest.
GG's.
GG's to you. With that being said, OK guy being a trooper and still making his way through. Was barely able to get back up or get onto that block before it turned back into a full blue.
And that saved him from...
Saved him from having to redo those blocks, which can be quite a pain. So. He has a fairy. He's fine. Oh, what are you doing, okay, guy? You don't need to check. You don't need to check this.
He's just doing whatever he's doing right now. Having a grand old time.
I mean, I guess that does save him a little bit of time from having to go through a couple of different rooms and having to... Oh, wait, never mind. I was thinking of a different thing, so... I was wrong. Never mind.
The OK guy's gonna go dip over for that re... No, he's not. I thought he was going to take that refill because he's got no magic left.
Might have been a misinput. Oh, never mind. He still has that blue goo. Thinking
Yeah,
about
and
it,
he
so-
does have a large pot here. I guess he doesn't really need it. Wouldn't take him time.
When you got a full pot here, you don't need to go past Leather Bridge. Don't need to really worry about that, so. Oh. And let's see here. That's a spin. Oh wow, that was a double
Good
hit
quick
on
kill.
Trinex. That was a beautiful double kill. Or quick kill. Ugh, I can't speak today.
Okay. And now it's fast Ganon time, so he just needs to go right down to the pyramid. And then it's just a, just smack, smack, smack.
That being said, with our runner having silver arrows, gold sword, red mail, and what 16 hearts of health, there's
Yeah,
no
this
way
is-
he could fail this.
No, this
Especially with that blue goo in his back
Yep.
pocket.
Well, hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not in his back pocket. That sounds kind of messy.
It has a cork in it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Shout outs to the police, by the way. Meanwhile, K-Guy actually using hookshot strats to use the iframes to get through Ganon's bats. Okay, Guy, you need to use the...
What are you doing? You're just
I'm sure,
having a
I'm
laugh.
sure he's taunting the pig.
Oh yeah, he's absolutely just styling on Ganon.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, Silver, my one true weakness. Ooh, that was a beautiful torch glitch.
That was perfect. Textbook.
That is a
And that's
dead
all
pig.
she wrote.
Alright. And with any luck, okay, Guy won't fall off the bridge.
One final arrow for the road, and he finishes with an official official speed gaming time of 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 22 seconds.
GG's. Race time, GG time. But close
Race time,
Close
GG
enough.
time. You're right. Close enough.
That being said, he did finish in 12th with that time, but overall, still GG's to him. This was not a fun seed to deal with, but
This was not a great seed.
I'd have probably taken about 250 to spend on this, based on how awful it was, but yeah, it's still fantastic. That being said, definitely give our runners a follow if possible. Let's see here. Okay, Guy and Calvin. I can't speak. And thank you to Claymore729 for commentating with me, and very much a big thank you to Mad Ewok Herd for tracking this race. That being said, let's see if we can get Okay Guy in to talk a little bit about what happened with this race. And if nothing else, I mean, let's see here. In any case, that was still just a very exciting. I still wonder where, or still makes me wonder where, oh, I can't speak today. I'm sorry. It has been a long week, and I'm sure everyone else has definitely felt that as well. In any case, I do want to thank you guys for joining us here at the Speed Gaming channel, and I do hope you guys have a wonderful weekend.
Yes,
And,
I've just reached out to the OK Guy. He will not be joining us for a post-race interview.
Okay. In
but-
which case, you guys watching, enjoy E3, enjoy your time, well, having fun this weekend. Do you have any last comments, Claymore?
Nothing other than thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thanks to all the racers for racing, and thanks to 5D100 and our tracker for keeping us honest.
All right, well, thank you for watching, and see you next mission. Oh wait, that's Super Metroid.
Not quite. See you next adventure, maybe.
That works. That works. You guys have a great night.